Welcome back here to Torn Reels. My name is Sean, and today we actually have Salonius with us from Spartacus.
It's not even an insult.
That is an insult.
I like Salonius.
Bro, he looks like a bag.
He does.
He literally looks like
He
a
looks
worn
like
out
a Prada
sack.
handbag.
No.
worn.
Prada handbags look good. He looks like one of those bags that you find in Goodwill that are like donated, but you're like, why did you donate this?
Right?
It's like peeling. It's all
The
saggy.
canvas
like, why?
bag.
Why, dude? It's like a hipster canvas bag. Anyway, so today obviously we're doing Spartacus. Spartacus. Yeah,
Spartacus,
I almost said
season
something
1 and
stupid.
season 2.
Season 1 and season 2. For those people who don't know or want to be, well, technically, we're doing Spartacus Blood and Sands and Spartacus Gods of the Arena.
Yerp.
The actual second season that's supposed to be a prequel. Anyway, so you just recently rewatched it. What'd you think of it?
It was amazing. That show actually holds up still.
It still does. It's a good
I mean,
show.
the graphics are still kind of, because it's old.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it still holds up. The storyline holds up and everything like
But
that.
the only real thing that you have with the graphics is the blood.
Right. And
like-
it just looks kind of cheesy. That's it.
Yeah, it's just a little cheesy. Everything else is like
I'm not,
pretty legit.
that's what I'm saying. It's not like terrible. It's just a little cheesy because
Yeah.
it's like, it's old. Well,
Yeah,
no
well, yeah.
fucking shit. You know what I mean? CGI was just coming in.
No, it was not. It was here for a while. Shall we remember The Rock?
No, but they're barely perfecting it.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean, they were getting better with it, but yeah. So with Spartacus, like for me, I've always liked the historical references of Spartacus. It just reminds me of the time. Obviously, most people don't know, and most of my cousins don't watch, so the probably no chance that they'll hear this. But one of my cousins, her name is Nikki. She's married to my cousin, and we were talking about the Spartacus show, and I told her, I was like, yeah, man, I can't believe they get crucified in Capua and all that shit. And she goes, oh my God, spoiler. And I'm like, from history? I was like, this happened.
That's history, though.
And I'm like, this happened a few years ago, like quite some time ago. You know what I mean? And she was like, well, wait, what do you mean? I was like, it's not fiction. It's based on a guy who, existed for a while. Now the battle, we don't know how long he lived, but he was there. And she's like, oh really? I was like, yes. I'm like, what did you study in school for Western civilization? Like what?
No, so it turns out a lot of people didn't learn the stuff that we learned, but we did more research than everyone else. But it's extraordinary because I was watching it with Jessica and we were sitting there and she's asking me questions about the gladiators and stuff, and I'm answering them. I'm like, how do you not know this? And she goes, well, they didn't teach us this. They taught us American history.
You should have looked at her and been like, all that time you spent writing notes of Susie Boyles, the rest of us were studying
Boyles.
geography.
Susie Boyle.
What movie is that from?
Ah, fuck.
It's not actually a movie. It's a trailer for a movie.
Say it again.
It's like, do you remember that time during 8th grade while you were passing notes of Susie Boyles? The rest of us were studying geography.
It sounds like dodgeball, but I don't know what it is.
I'll even give you the rest of the quote. This is not Magnolia.
I don't know.
Mike Wazowski and Sully.
From
Monsters Inc., the trailer that they had.
It is.
Remember, he doesn't know where it is, where the place at. He goes,
Yeah.
wait, what? He goes, give me that. And he fucking looks at it. He goes, what the fuck?
Makes sense. I remember now. Yep.
That's that one. That's one of my favorite shorts of
That's hilarious.
of Monsters Inc. But yes, I guess people didn't really know about it.
No,
That's so
people don't
funny.
really research that, and they don't really teach it in schools anymore.
Yeah.
So
And the main character, what is his name? Andrew Whitelaw? Is it Whitelaw? I believe it's Whitelaw.
I want to say yes. But
Andrew
I'm not
Whitelaw,
100%.
who ended up dying of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Poor
Is
guy.
it Whitelaw?
Yeah. Because Andrew Lincoln is Rick,
Right.
and Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man.
Right.
That's how I know them by their last names.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
all
they're all
Andrews.
Andrew.
They're all Andrews. And then when I become a famous actor, I'm gonna be Andrew. You can.
Because you'd be like Hidalgo. That one's separate.
That one's separate.
That
That one's over there.
was different.
That one's over there. No, I did like this movie though. I mean, not movie. Show. I think there's one actor in this whole show that was doing the most as an extra.
As an extra? As an extra person.
As
Who?
an extra person.
Who?
The announcer for the Gladiator. I mean, for the pits.
Oh. Yeah, dude. He dry humped in the air. He's like, Victor! Like humping. You're like, hey.
But just how he
calm
said
down.
Like how he spits and he goes, Spartacus! Victor! I was like, dude, relax.
My name's not Victor. It's just Spartacus.
Dude, my
Just
dumbass
Spartacus.
would be like, you steal my jokes. Damn it. My dumbass would be like, hey, who's Victor?
Hey, who's Victor, bro? That's not me.
Who's Victor, man? He got my name wrong.
No,
got my
like
name wrong.
before we get into the pits, because there's a whole other thing that I'm gonna go with the pits. So at the beginning, you see Spartacus with Legatus Glaber. We find he's one of the Legatus, or how fucking what's his name says it. Batiaza says it. The Legatus.
The Legatus.
The Legatus.
What kind of
Glaber.
what kind of accent is that? Everyone says Legatus is Legatus.
He just wants to sound fancy.
I
bro.
know.
He just wants to sound fancy.
He was a broke person trying to be fancy.
Hey, but that's the thing though. Lanises weren't really that broke.
No, I know.
He was pretty
But
fucking
that's what it seemed like. That he was like really broke, and he was just trying to sound higher class.
When you can buy white people, you're rich.
Right.
Like automatically default
that's
rich.
just let's not right now.
Let's not right now.
It's too soon. A couple hundred years too soon.
Hey, he just got inaugurated. Come on, man.
Oh, honestly, dude, let it like hit the second year and then be racist.
And then whatever, you can go back to it.
Right, dude. Dang.
No, but hey, he's my favorite guy, and it's. Batiatus is one of my favorite guys, and it's so funny because I used to watch him on The Mummy. I used to watch him as Jonathan.
Yeah.
And Jonathan is just a sniveling little worm, bro. Like, and he's like an asshole, and he's like pranks a lot. Like, kind of reminds me of me, which is hilarious.
What surprises me though is how great of an actor he is, because while you're watching it, you forget that he was in The Mummy.
Yeah,
you forget that he's weird and he's funny and he's a comedian basically. You know what I mean? And he plays it so well that you're sitting there, you're like, "Fuck, man!"
Because as a Lanista, he was a fucking gangster, bro.
Dude. And when he yells, bro, you're sitting there, you're like, "Oh damn, all right,
bro."
All right,
like
all right.
the actions that he makes you believe that he's actually like angry. He's a really good actor, underrated.
100% underrated as fuck.
He's even on
really
on the Last of Us, as he's talking. He's the scientist that talks about like the
really?
cordyceps. Yeah, the cordyceps changing and all that stuff.
I don't remember
So when he says like, "Oh, imagine like mushrooms had a or like fungus had a reason to live
Right.
over 98."
I didn't know that was
degrees.
him, though.
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, yeah.
He's smoking a cigarette. He's supposed to be this British reporter and stuff like that. It's really really cool. So like, it shows the diversity of a lot of his roles.
Right.
I really like how, because during the time that this came out, it had just ended the phase of the 300, so the 300s were like
Because 300 was amazing,
going
bro.
crazy. Yeah. So they did it in the same style, the same like animation style and everything like that during like the pauses and stuff. You see the blood and then the title screen and all. I thought it was really cool. Like, even though it was kind of cheesy,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that are like really good story based. The one thing, and believe it or not, is the one thing that pissed me off about Spartacus. Well,
If you're about to take my next line, I'm gonna be upset. With
not pissed off, but kind of I was like over it. Is the sex?
you. Yeah, you took my line.
Is the sex, bro?
I was
that's like,
sitting there, bro. I was like, look, I like sex more than the next person. You know what I
I
mean?
like a titty flopping out every
yeah,
now and
right,
then.
right. A random titty flop, I get it. But like when it's like every 5 seconds, you're like, all right, dude.
Like, how do I watch that at work?
Like, dude, right? No, I'm okay. So I'm watching it at Jessica's house, right? And they're very like her family is like very religious, right? So I'm trying to like sneak in a couple episodes so that way I can watch it on time, right? And like her dad walks into the house and there's a titty just mid camera. I was like, wonderful, dude.
You're just like sitting there. You're like, all right, cool, bet it's about to get good, and then they turn around from fighting, and then it's like someone's fucking someone in the ass. You're like, oh,
You're like, great.
okay. Well, I mean, I
Right.
guess I'll wait for this to end so I can watch the rest of the story, because I don't know if that guy died.
Right. You're watching the gladiators fight and mid like they're about to clash and the next scene is someone fucking. You're like, why?
Can I just finish one fight? One fight.
One
That's it.
fight. I want to see that, dude. Come on.
It's
please.
like, again, and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's gay. You're gay." No. I understand. I understand the nudity, and let's watch it. Let's do that, because otherwise, if you don't have tits in a movie, you like wasted 2 boobless hours,
Honestly.
like for no reason.
Honestly.
But after a while, when it's like 90% of your thing, like every other scene, it's like someone sucking someone's dick. I was like, "Hey,
Season 1, the story by itself is about 30 minutes.
yeah." They're gonna solve this bitch in a weekend.
It's about 30 minutes. No, you know what? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It's about an hour.
Yeah,
Of just storyline, right? The rest of it, which is like a whole like each episode is like an hour long, by the way. Just throwing it out
And
there.
every time you get like about 20 minutes of storyline.
20 minutes of storyline and the rest is sex.
And the rest is just sex or blood.
And you're
which
sitting
is
there.
awesome.
You're sitting there. Well, I could have solved. Sherlock Holmes could have solved this in 2 minutes, bro.
This is like a weekend debacle. Like, it's not
Weekend debacle. Why are we going all out, bro?
It's not something that we need to spend fucking 8 or 9 episodes.
Like
This is
like
just
in
casual
300, the
weekend.
movie The 300. There was a sex scene. Yeah, 100%. Right? Cool. Bet. The rest was action.
Right.
Like there was 10 minutes of sex. an hour left of fucking action. Cool. That's how you balance it out. You know what I mean?
That's how you balance it.
This one was 20 minutes of story and action.
Yeah.
90 minutes.
Shit that could be solved with like a simple Memorial Day weekend or like an MLK Day. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could just get it out of the way. But instead he dragged it on for hours.
Bro, and they wanted to go in it. Like they wanted to like explain the story of why everyone's fucking. And I'm like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah, like I don't care. Although, hang on, before we get into that, because now we're getting into the crux of this episode. Favorite woman on that show.
Oh my god, the
Alithia.
Thank you.
God, why did that sound everything for you?
I couldn't even fucking.
You know what's funny? She's actually very prude and very like conservative as an actress, as a person.
Is it really?
Yeah, and like I saw her tits for like
with tits like that,
on Stars.
With tits like that, bro, come on.
Yeah, dude, it's like, but dude, she's super attractive.
I don't like Batiatas' wife. I can't remember her name.
What is it? What's her name? I forget. No. I know Lucy Lawless is their actress name. Lucretia. That's the character.
I didn't like her.
Lucretia is everything.
I didn't like her.
For us guys who are 30 years old and not weird, we grew up with fucking Lucy Lawless, with Xena Warrior Princess. So we love Lucy Lawless.
Yeah,
Lucretia was
hot. I didn't find her attractive.
I even found her attractive in Ash versus Evil Dead, bro.
We were watching it, and like she's like.
Ash versus Evil Dead?
You're wrong.
How am I wrong?
Everyone in here is like, yeah.
That's fine. Call me wrong.
She's awesome.
I stand 10 toes. I stand on business.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Shit. Oh, so I was watching with I was watching Spartacus with Jessica, right? And she's seeing all the sex and everything like that, and she goes, "Hey, can I get a penis? What's what? Like, what the fuck?"
Can I get one hog up in this bitch? Like
no, and then she sees, and then like I'm skipping ahead. I'm so sorry. We go to season 2, season 1.
It's season 1.
Season 1.
The later episodes of season 1.
The German guy with a fucking hog, bro, in between his legs. She goes. But what am I supposed to do with that, though?
First of all, he's a Gaul, not a fucking German.
Whatever.
He's a Gaul. They're Celtic. They were more like...
That's the same shit.
They were more like France-ish.
France-ish?
They spoke to the nose.
This guy comes out with an elephant trunk, right? And fucking Jessica looks at me and she goes, all right, but what am I supposed to do with that, though?
Like, yeah, like how can you wear a loincloth in the games with that?
Right.
Like...
That makes no sense.
That doesn't make sense at all. You can use that as a hammer.
Literally,
as a fucking weapon. We'll get back. We'll get back to his dick later.
You can fucking parry with that bitch.
Hang on. We'll get back to his. Wait, what?
I was like, you can parry with that bitch.
Don't ever make that hip movement again. We'll be right back with that. Just give us a second. So Alithia is your favorite one. Yes. I have to say Alithia too. I like skinny blondes. Was fine. Lucretia was hot, but what is it? Was Kenya was hot. Kenya was hot too. I was like, ooh, Kenya.
Both of the blonde bitches were nice.
Yeah, I didn't like. Which was the one I didn't like? Oh, I didn't like Spartacus's wife.
No,
Sura.
she wasn't.
She was hot, but she wasn't like super hot.
Right.
Do you know who I did like though? The girl who took over as his love interest, the slave. What was her name?
Oh yeah. What was it? What was her name?
Oh my god! It's not Sura. It's not Sarah. It's fuck. What's her name? I can't remember her name. But she has freckles on her face.
I want to say some bullshit, but it's not right.
She plays a cop on fucking SVU. I don't know.
Right. She's fine though.
Everyone's on SVU. Even Caitlyn Jenner's on SVU.
Gross. I don't want to know that.
It's crazy, bro. She did good for herself.
You know who I really like though.
What?
And I like it in other shows because she's on another show. Fucking Crixus' girl.
Which one?
The first one.
Oh, the first actress.
Yeah.
The one who plays Navia.
Yeah, Navia.
Yeah, she's a really good actress. She
plays Navia. She plays. Oh, is it the second actress? She's the one that plays Maze in fucking Lucifer.
It's the first actress. It's the first actress. Yeah, it's the first.
I love her. She's so to me. She's so pretty.
She's great. She's really pretty.
So pretty.
I didn't like. I liked and didn't like that they changed it in season 3. The girl wasn't as pretty, but it was more believable.
Really?
It was more believable. I don't know if you did you get that feeling from Navia that a lot of the shit that she did was kind of like not believable,
right?
Kind of, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. That just made me.
No, I do. I got so pissed. Well, that's the second season. We'll continue.
Well, with the first season, you see like how the Romans were like captured people who were like traitors or whatever like that. How did you feel how they portrayed that? Did you think that was more historically accurate?
Yeah,
because it actually is.
I really did like
Yeah.
it. I did like when they go. I don't know if it's the second season or the first season. When they go
Probably
to
first.
when Bariatis and his and his father.
Second season. Never mind.
Second season. They go to actually pick the
slave.
from what? Not Thermopylae.
The slave trade.
I know, but it's from a town. What is the town? It's not Thermopylae. It's something that sounds like that.
From the port.
Yeah, from the port. Yeah, the port. What is it called?
It is Thermopylae.
It's not Thermopylae. It's something else.
No, Thermopylae is Greek. Is
It sounds something with opoly. It sounds.
No,
like
it's not. It's not. It's. I can't remember exactly the town that they're in. You should have looked that up before. If you have a fucking point of it, look it up.
Well,
bitch.
it just came to my mind right now. But I like when they go to it and he's looking at the slaves and everything like that, and they're picking out the slaves and he goes, "Well, this is all shit." Like, and they're talking shit, and the seller is like, "Hey, no, this guy is great." Like he's trying to upsell him.
He's trying to
upsell. He's like, "No, dude, his ass."
It's like you see how a lot of things were like back in the day where they were like. Because those specific slaves were specifically designed for the games. Like they were chosen for the games. They were like, hey, these guys are going to be the future gladiator recruits. And a lot of people are like,
except Crixus.
What do you mean?
Crixus wasn't chosen for the games. He was chosen for a stone bearer.
Yeah, he went to the mines.
Yeah,
he went to the mines first. That's why they were trying to transport him.
Right.
But you see that in season 2. That's not part of the scene that you're talking about. The point is,
it really is though.
No, it's not. That season happens way after. It's like 4 episodes after he's bought. It's like right after his test.
Right after his test.
Yeah, it's like right after he starts.
But
like,
no, this
really
show I think was not super historically accurate because it's not. It's fiction. Everything like that. But it hits a lot of points that are historically accurate. It's great. I love it.
I think primarily the stories with the minor characters is more like made up. A lot of it is still pretty on the head.
But I do like the small details. Like there's small details that are actually true. Like there's a scene in it, and it stuck with me because it's funny. There's a scene where
I hope you remember everything from it.
Yes. There's bitch. There's a scene where Bariatis is walking with
See?
Fuck, I can't remember.
See?
Salonius. He's walking with Salonius. And he goes to the restroom and he goes to the guy and he goes like, listen, it's a sponge on a stick.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's how they used to wipe their ass.
That's how they used to do it, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's a public restroom.
But it's like it's the small details that I like that made the show actually great to watch.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. It made it pretty enjoyable, and then you see the characters. We went over the girls, the favorite girls, or at least the favorite dominas. Favorite slave girl, which one would you like? Because mine again is Spartacus.
Mine's Navia. I like
Navia?
Navia. Yeah, Navia was nice. I like Navia.
I like Navia too. I like Navia in the first season. I don't like Navia in the second season. I don't like Navia in the second season. She kind of pisses me off.
Really?
Yeah, she seems too overly shy. Like she's just like,
right.
It's like, stop being a damsel in distress. You expect me to believe that you cut off someone's head in third season, but over here you're like,
well, I mean,
like,
in the second season, she's supposed to be a lot younger than she is in the first season.
Yeah, she's supposed
quote
to
unquote, quote unquote,
quote unquote.
But that's why she's like playing more like innocent, more shy. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
But no, I agree. I like in the first season way more.
The bitch that I hate the most is Varro's wife in the first season. I can't stand her. You're a cheating bitch, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, where were you this whole time? Bitch, where were you? Like, where the fuck were you?
Where were you? I don't know. Where the fuck am I?
I don't know. I was here being fucking almost killed every third day. Where were you? Sleeping with who now? Bitch, fuck you.
I know. Hey, she was
You
kinda
go
cute,
back
though.
to the Agora and keep sleeping with everybody else.
She was kind of cute though.
No, she was not.
I thought she was cute.
Oh, bro, she looks like one of those people that hang out at Circle K that eat hot Cheetos. Like she looks like she smells like Fritos.
Fritos.
Yeah, dude, it's like so bad. I'm
Now,
like,
all right, I got a hard question for you.
old Fritos.
Besides Spartacus, because that's a given, who was your favorite gladiator out of all the gladiators that you
Season.
see? Huh?
Season.
One. I'll do one.
Crixus.
Crixus? Wow.
Crixus is by far my favorite with
I like
a
Crixus.
very strong behind Barca.
Barca was
Barca
the shit,
was
bro.
the beast
Barca-
of fucking
Barca was the
Carthage,
shit.
bro.
My favorite has to be Theocles, because Theocles is great. Right?
I don't like Theocles as much.
I love
like he's a
Theocles.
menacing force, but to be like a badass gladiator,
The reason why I say Theocles is because who owned him?
Yeah, dude, who owned him? Like, why would you own him? He could kill you and your family and rape your wife in front of you, and there's nary a thing you can do about it.
Nary a thing you can
If
do
he
about
wanted that Ludus, he just comes up and goes, "This is
mine
mine
now."
This is mine." No, guard. The guards will look at you and be like, "Your mama,
Your mother.
your mother. You think I'm gonna?" He's called the shadow of death. Do you understand what that means? I don't know in what language you're from, but that means the death of fucking shadow.
Hey, no,
bitch.
but whoever bought him first, right? Whoever said I want that one, got whatever he paid was not enough,
dude,
bro. He got a fucking steal. You had the shadow of
you
death.
got that
That's fucking
clearance,
ridiculous.
slave, my guy.
Right.
You got that clearance, bro.
You want
It was
eight?
so
You
bad.
want 8,000 fucking what is it called?
Denari.
Denarii. You want 8,000 denarii? Here, take it. I
Take
want
it, bro.
that
Take it all,
motherfucker.
bro. That guy wins every time.
The
Almost
fact that
every time.
the fact that his story is that he took on 10 men and only one survived.
100 men.
No,
and
he
one
took
survived.
on in the gladiator pits. In the pit, he took on 10 men.
No, they specifically say in the tale with Onomaeus, he took on 100 men.
Onomaeus says 10.
No, he says 100 men.
He goes, me and 10 men went against him, and I was
Me
the
and
only survivor.
100 men, and I was the last survivor.
That's wild. That's wild.
It was 100 men. Remember
thought it was 10.
No, it was 100 men, including
I could have
Onomaeus.
sworn he said 10.
No, bro. How can 10 men make those scars on Theocles?
Right. Like, right.
That dude is barely being held together with super glue, my guy. Like
Right.
he has everything punctured.
Right.
Dude, like how is he alive? And then he grabs Crixus' sword and just stabs himself in. It's like, oh.
No, and then Spartacus comes up behind him and like hits him in the knees, and he's like, "Bitch!" And he stands up again. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
When
dude,
he falls,
chill.
when he falls and they're cheering and everyone's like, yes, and then fucking Doctore is looking at him like Onomaeus is just like,
No,
it's not it yet.
not that quick.
And then all of the gladiators turn their face from like excitement to fear because he's getting back up and he's like, Capua, shall I begin? And you're like, oh
Bro,
my god,
bro.
hang on.
Because for those who don't know, Crix is one of the main characters, or one of the side main characters, whatever. His thing whenever he goes into the
Co-main
pits,
character.
Co-main character. He goes into the pits and he tells Capua, "Hey, Capua, shall I begin?" And he starts killing everyone, right? So he says that when he comes out before fighting Theocles. And so when they knock down Theocles, they're all cheering and everything like
Yeah.
that. And Theocles was like, "I bet, bitch. Bet. You want a ton?
Yeah.
Bet." And so he gets up and he screams out to not Theocles,
The
to
crowd.
Capua. He goes, "Capua, shall I begin?" I was like, bro, I would pee.
Oh, I would immediately
Instantly
pee.
pee.
Instantly pee.
But
Instantly pee.
my favorite art is Theocles, because fucking menace. Onomaeus, because
Onomaeus is
fucking great.
Onomaeus is amazing.
And then it has to be, honestly, above Crixus is Barca.
Now let me
I love Barca, bro.
let me tell you something. I like Barca and I like all them and they're my favorites as gladiators and everything. But I have to tell you, a character that I love to hate and hate to love, Asher.
I
Asher,
can't
bro.
stand him, bro.
Asher,
Do you know
he's-
that he has a punchable face?
Bro, Asher is the most punchable face guy. Like the most punchable face guy.
However,
But
I want to say though, he
I
is me.
respect his hustle, bro.
He is
Oh
me
my
on the
God.
highest level.
Oh yeah, he is.
He is me on the
Treacherous
highest.
bitch.
Treacherous as fuck.
Treacherous bitch.
I have, first of all, no loyalty.
no
right?
loyalty whatsoever.
And I instigate the fuck out of everything.
Also,
That's me.
100%.
100%.
I
He
love
stabbed Barca.
to not pay his debt.
No, not only that. He stabbed Barca, so he attacks Asher, so that because the Batiatus returned.
Yeah.
So Batiatus thinks that he's just attacking people.
Yeah, he's just randomly attacking people. What a fucking worm. I
I
love
was
him,
like,
though.
me, dude.
I love him though. He's awesome.
Dude,
He's so
he has a
good.
punchable face.
He's
A
so
real
good.
punchable face.
He doesn't really start shining like everybody picks on Asher and he's like, oh, he's a shitty gladiator and everything. It's not until like season 4 that you see like, oh, he's actually a really good fighter. He's just a shitty gladiator.
Right.
So he sucks as a gladiator, can whoop everybody else. So the best gladiator can take over everybody. Like oh shit, you're like fuck.
when he was, oh my god, we'll get to season 2 right now.
Like-
but no, Asher. I don't like Asher because he was just, I can't stand him.
Yeah.
I wanted to beat him every time. I was like, bro.
I think it's so funny that Barca has this crazy ass legend about being the beast of Carthage, that they took over, they enslaved him. He was too tough to break, so they put him in the pits or in the arena to fight all his countrymen, and he killed his dad. And then he's like, oh, by the way, this is his boyfriend Petrus. You're like, what? Huh?
Is it Petrus?
Yeah, his
Is
name
it
is Petrus.
No, it's Petros.
It's literally you're pronouncing it differently.
No, that's what they
You're
call
literally Legatus. That's
it. Legatus.
That's literally what it is.
You said Petrus. His name is Petros.
his name is Petrus.
It's Petros.
It's spelled with a U, not
spelled
with an
with an
O.
O.
It's a U. Petrus.
Bruh, is Petros.
Whatever. Again, Legatus. Like it's Legatus.
Legatus.
It's Legatus, and you're like Legatus.
Legatus.
So yeah, like it's like this is boyfriend Petrus, and you're like, his who?
His who?
His what?
And then he likes pigeons.
And he likes pigeons.
He takes care of pigeons.
You're like, oh, so you're gay Mike Tyson is what you're telling me.
Right. Like, no, what I don't like, though, is that in the first season, right?
But I love how he's tough about it. Like, he's a gay tough guy.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, what would you do if you faced him? He goes, I'd fucking kill you. And then fuck your corpse. So you're like, oh my God, hang on, wait a
You're sitting there, oh,
I
okay.
believe you. Hang on. I
okay.
believe you.
That's fine, I guess. No, dude, one of my favorite parts in the first season, though, is, oh, no, that's in the second season, too. My God, I thought it was the first.
How about something from the first season?
Right, dude, for real. No,
Anything?
anything?
Anything
No,
at all?
I like when, fucking Barca's fighting.
So he didn't watch the first season, is what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing because I skipped the first and went straight to the second. No, Barca's fighting with I can't remember, Varos, I think, and Barca
His name is
comes running.
Varro. It's not Varos. It's Varro.
I thought it was Varos.
No, his name is
whatever. Varro, nigga, damn. And you're getting mad at me with Legato.
He's the only mixed child there. How can you not remember him?
Right. He's black,
the only
dude.
mixed.
He's black,
He's
for
black.
sure.
He's either black or Samoan with blonde hair. It's
with
like
blonde hair. You're like,
you're
all right,
mixed.
dude. All right.
For sure.
But I
You're
like
like
when
The Rock.
I like when Barca's like storming towards him, and then Spartacus stands up and like holds him, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And you're sitting there, you're like, "Well, damn, well, damn."
Well, damn. Like it's crazy.
You ready
bro.
to fight? No. What I hated about this season, right, is that Anameus is telling Spartacus and Crixus how to fight Theocles. And they didn't put Theocles in. I mean, Anameus with Theocles again. I was like, bro, I want to see that battle.
No, I was okay with that because then you saw Anameus shine. Because he grabs two swords and you're like, okay, he's going to teach him, hey, you need to come up from this side, and this guy needs to come up from this side, and then, hey, pause real quick, and then, hey, pause real quick. And then you're like, okay, he's going to teach him like a normal person. And then you realize why Anameus was the only one to survive Theocles. Because he takes on literally the champion of Capua, and literally the ex-champion of Capua, who literally lost by a string, who, like he literally lost by a string.
Right.
And he fucking folds him like nothing.
Yeah, like nothing.
Like nothing. I was like, oh my God, like what?
And he's like flipping them with
two
First of all-
swords, no
first of all,
shield.
I want to address the elephant in the room. Okay, you know how hard it is to just flip someone just with your hands.
Andy, do you know how hard it is to hold those swords for more than 30
Hold on.
minutes?
Hold on. Listen to me.
Like-
Listen to me. You know how hard it is to just flip someone with your hands?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the person. These motherfuckers were just swiping people.
Yeah,
Just swiping people and flipping them.
And
like,
then-
it was a whole flip. It was not just a whoop.
and then the thing that makes me mad is like they're out there. It's the morning sun. You know, I mean, it's the morning.
Morning sun.
Sorry, It's after a while with the series, you just end up talking like them for a while.
Right.
But no, like it's in the morning.
At
whatever.
first dawn.
At first dawn, they're all clean and everything like that, and they're going. And then all of a sudden, you see like Anameus, and he's just like takes off his shield, he takes off his thing, and everything like that. Sorry, I was signaling to you to go over there, but or to look over there. But he's it's in the morning. Everything, they're all clean. And then it's like afternoon after they've been practicing for a while with Anameus. And Anameus is like still clean.
Chilling.
Shiny from the sweat, obviously. He's sweating, but he's just chilling there. Nothing. Spartacus and Crixus are like covered in dirt, fucking
Dying.
exhausted, dying, yelling at the top of their lungs. And then he just looks over and goes, pathetic. It's like, damn, bro. Stop.
Dude, that actor
Stop
though.
being a menace.
That actor though.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's a fucking
He's
menace.
He's
I
amazing.
love him.
Shout out to Anameus, the guy who played Anameus. Love you, man.
I don't know his name, but
He was also in Jason X. He's really good.
oh, is he?
Yeah, really good.
He's
guy.
in other shit.
He's in
a
lot
of
of movies. He was in Jason X. He was in
what is that movie?
I think he was in Gladiator too. He was in Spartacus. He comes out in a few movies. He comes out in a lot of good movies and a lot of futuristic movies too. It's pretty dope.
He's cool though. I like him.
Yeah,
but I cannot
definitely.
look at him without the scar in his face.
Yeah, no. It's
I
weird.
see him now and he doesn't have it. I was like, what happened?
It's like, what did you get? Theocles hit you.
Bro, for real.
Don't pretend.
For real, right?
No,
Don't pretend like it's
another guy. The reason I like Crixus is because I'm used to him, like from a while.
Right.
Because I watched him from 30 Days of Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he the actor's name is Manu Bennett. The
Manu
Crixus. Yeah, his name is Manu Bennett. His cousin's actually going to be in the new Spartacus show.
No
the
way.
Spartacus House of Asher. Watch it on Stars.
Is he gonna come back?
He's not coming back. He's dead.
Oh, is Bennett is dead?
No, the character Crixus is dead.
Oh, I know. I'm talking about like like a cameo type thing.
Oh no. Manu Bennett is alive. Manu Bennett.
I'm
is,
talking
is
about
alive.
like a preview like.
No, they're not
vision or
gonna.
whatever.
They're not gonna show. They're not gonna show like a flashback or anything.
There you
like
go.
that.
That's what it's looking for.
No. He confirmed that he's not coming back for the show, but he did prop out his cousin. He was like, "Oh, hey, my cousin actually is in the show. He's
dope.
one of the gladiators.
That's dope as hell.
He's not a main gladiator from what I hear.
Don't matter.
He's just like a backup gladiator.
matter.
But dude. You can visibly tell that they're related if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like them abs is abbing. Like you know what I mean?
Abs are abs.
And they're abbing, bro. It's
Bro,
crazy.
Crix is in the show. There's one thing that he would do that pissed me off, and it's nothing. Like he's not doing it on purpose.
What?
But every time he would stand like this. Why are you standing like this? Have
It's
you ever noticed?
Yeah.
He's standing, and he looks at Spartacus.
because it makes him look bigger.
I
Like
know.
that's like
It's the greatest thing, though.
it's
'Cause
so
he's
funny.
Just standing there.
It's so funny when you see people do that, like in shows where it's not noticeable,
Right.
And then you find it in shows where it is noticeable, and you're like, oh, that's what they're doing,
Right.
Because like one of my favorite shows is Peaky Blinders. Cillian Murphy is fucking significantly taller than Tom Hardy, like significantly taller. He's almost like a foot taller than.
But Tom
fucking-
Hardy carries himself like a
Right.
motherfucker, though.
And they film Killian behind Tom, and they make Tom Hardy walk like this. He literally is like walking the whole time, and you're like, oh, you're trying to make yourself look big, but in the show you can't tell.
Right.
He just walks like a fucking gorilla. He walks like a Kerjack motherfucker, like crazy. It's funny.
No, that's what always pissed me off though, because I see all the gladiators and they're just chilling, they're noble, and you see Crix in the background.
That's kind of the only critique I've ever had of Andy, like Andrew's character, Spartacus. That's the only critique I've ever had. He made Spartacus during the times that he's just sitting there like casually. He makes him look puny. He makes
Right.
him look kind of small.
Well, I mean, given that he had cancer, I mean,
Well, he was during remission during that time,
Right.
so
Oh.
there's no excuse. Like,
Okay, got it,
your
got
death is not an excuse
right,
for that.
right. I feel like he could have bulked up a little bit more because he
Well,
was.
no chemo, but
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
he was just coming off the
right.
chemo. Like
Right.
he was in remission, but
But
he
if
wasn't
you
that
like,
healthy.
if you could,
Yeah, he probably had a limit to do it.
oh.
I bet you his testosterone was dead.
Okay,
Or
then,
at least really,
Then
really,
in a
really
perfect
low.
world, I would prefer him, bigger.
Yeah, like bulkier.
Bulkier. Yeah,
That's why the
because-
next Spartacus, the what is it, Liam McIntyre? He I always call him McIntyre, but it's not his.
McIntyre.
It's McIntyre. Liam McIntyre. He was like the opposite. He was a super skinny nerd, and then when they told him, "Hey, bro, you're gonna be Spartacus," he went on literally every TRT thing that he had Wolverine TRT.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he just came through and.
But yeah, I
was
like
ripped.
the more bulk
Yeah.
to look in the gladiator. Like Crix is bulky.
Crix
He
is-
was big.
Crixus made me believe that he was a gladiator.
Right.
Like he's a
No,
gladiator.
and he
like,
no.
You're like, oh, okay.
The guy, what was his name? Matem, fucking whatever his name is.
What?
The Crix is the actor.
Manu Bennett?
Manu Bennett. I don't know. Manu Bowl. All right.
Bennett. You
Whatever.
have a friend named Bennett.
That's fine. I don't even like him either.
Dick.
No, Manu Bennett though played the gladiator so well because he, out of all the actors of the gladiator, right?
Yeah.
He played more like vicious, more out there.
Not
as a
just that,
gladiator.
he drank the Kool-Aid. Like
Yeah.
his
He was a gladiator. He
yeah,
was
he was
in
a
there.
gladiator full and full. Like it was for
He
the
was
House
in
of
there.
Batiatus, the pride of the House of Batiatus, being the fucking champion, everything was about it.
100%. I agree.
That's why like you see that conflict that they start having him and Spartacus because they revere Spartacus and he's done nothing in Crixus's eyes. He's like Crixus is like, no, bro, I'm gonna fold you. And then it turns when they fight Theocles and Spartacus killed him, and Crixus comes back after he's been like off for a while, and like Spartacus wipes the floor with him
And
humiliating
he
him in
tells
front of
Spartacus,
everything.
he's like, "You stole my victory, bro. Like that
Yeah.
was my victory."
Yeah, you stole my day in the sand.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bitch, I saved you.
I love how at the end though, like when we confront Horsecock, that guy.
Horsecock.
Yeah, one with the big dick.
One.
When we confront that guy and that guy attacks Spartacus in the shower, you see Crixus's loyalty to the House of Badiatas, to the Gladiator way.
Oh, yeah.
Because he attacks him, and then Manu Bennett, character Crixus, starts beating the shit out of that guy. Like
Horsecock.
Horsecock. Like huge, like crazy fucking, like beating the shit out of him. And Spartacus goes, why are you saving me from that? He goes, I'm not saving Spartacus, the champion of Capua. I'm saving a brother.
With the mark.
Yeah, a brother who bears the mark. And I was like, oh shit. Like,
hey,
he's in there.
We gotta talk about that. The Domina, what's her name?
Lucretia?
No, other one.
Alithia?
Alithia? Alithia is a betrayer of the light.
Who?
She hires Horsecock, right?
Yeah.
She hires him, and then he gets his dick cut off, not saying shit. And like, she could have stopped all of it. Badiatas was like, "Do you want me to give him to you so that you can deal with him?"
Nope.
She was like, "No," and they cut off his cock and everything like that. I was
Yeah.
like, jeez, bro.
You're like, what a dick.
What a dick.
Literally. No, but like Alithia, like I get it, but like she gets her comeuppance, bro. She's a very sloppy manipulator, and Lucretia takes advantage of it.
Right.
Like you see Lucretia like start manipulating things around it, and you're like, oh, Alithia's dumb. She doesn't get it.
No.
Like she doesn't get it. I think the master manipulator of that season, though, the one who played everybody for a fucking fool, is Badiatas.
As Asher.
No, bro. Are you kidding me? He befriended the magistrate to get close to him and then killed him and then blamed it on Salonius.
Yeah, dude,
He
no.
blamed it on Salonius.
No, that was
with the
fucking
magistrate's
wild.
kid. He literally dragged them and said, "Hey, this is where I have the body.
No, but
this is where I have the body."
but
and then,
but Asher though playing the double agent,
bro,
I was like, yo,
dude,
I was like,
it's
you traitor.
crazy. It's crazy. I love Asher.
I was
though.
like, bro, you're a traitor. That's what you are.
I love Asher.
That's what you are.
I love those guys. I think it's kind of like, I guess, liberating at the end when you see that Crixus finally joins Spartacus,
Right?
Because he has that encounter where they're by the water and they hold hands, and then he goes, "If we were in another life, we would be as brothers."
As brothers,
he
yeah.
goes, "But not in this one." And he turns away, and then all of a sudden, Spartacus is like, "Hey, bro, they're poisoning you. Like they're gonna let you die so I can win. Like, bro, wake up." And then he's just like rolling. He's all fucked up, and he feels that he's getting weak. And then he looks up at the shield and he goes, "Spartacus." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, he grabs it. He goes.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, bro,
yes,
let's go.
And Badiatas, what a coward, bro. He put a magistrate in front of the blade.
Hey, fast reflexes though.
Hey,
for
though,
Badiatas.
yeah,
He
for
went
real.
whack.
You could have been a gladiator yourself, my
Swear,
guy.
dude. No, but Anameus though. Anameus stops fucking Spartacus.
There's an alarm going out. Is that yours or mine?
I don't have an alarm in my car.
That's weird. Might be yours? No?
You want to check?
Sorry, we're having a little bit of an issue on the set. There's an alarm. Oh, it stopped. Whatever.
All right,
hey,
cool.
Happy hunting, burglar, whoever that was.
Where were we? Sorry. Anameus.
Anameus.
Anameus throws his whip, right?
Yeah.
And he stops Spartacus. And like he's going insane. He's like, bro, what is happening? And all the fucking gladiators are starting to rumble and everything. And he looks at Crixus and he goes, Crixus, stop this madness.
Yeah.
And Crixus is like, bro, I trusted you as a brother. I need you to trust me
as a brother.
Like, I need you to trust me. And then
he throws the sword and he's like, go.
The fucking cliffhanger. He grabs the fucking thing. He goes, yeah, and he throws the sword. And you're like, that's it. Crixus is dead.
He killed Crixus.
He killed Crixus. That's it. That's the end of it. And then you just see him, boom, and it hits a guard in the back. And he goes, go. And I was like,
bro,
oh,
I thought that was going to go one of two ways. Either Crixus was going to get stabbed, or he was gonna, or like as he threw the sword, I was gonna see Spartacus just go ching, and just break it down and just stand in front of Crixus and be like, "Oh, he protected him." Now that's loyalty,
bro.
Now that's
honestly,
on sight.
On sight, you're loyal. No, but when he threw the sword, bro, I saw that. Like, it's like slow mo, by the way. Like in this scene, it's like slow mo, right? You see the sword spinning. I was like, dude, that's it. Crixus is dead. That's it. That's done for the champion of Capua. And then you see it hit the guard. And I was sitting there. I was like, he's in this. He's fucking in this.
No, and it's not so much that he was in it. He was just kind of like, look, I just want to get away from all this and get the fuck away from it. Like for me, it was the point of like where I was like, oh yes, was because half the slaves weren't gonna move on this.
No,
they were like, no, we're not doing this.
As long as Anameus or Crixus doesn't go.
As long as Crixus didn't go. He's like, if Crixus doesn't go, we don't go. And then all of a sudden you just see Crixus break the whip, and he goes, kill them all, and everyone just looks at each other, like, yeah, let's go for it.
Let's fucking go.
That's the best moment of the
I
rebellion.
gotta be honest though. There is no one like, and this is gonna sound weird, right? Because I'm comparing the two Doctore from both seasons, right?
Yeah.
No one whips a whip more like the fucking Onomaeus.
Oh, Onomaeus gets into it. He puts his back into it.
For real.
Like,
So
you know what I mean?
so in the second season, the Doctore is what's his name? The Boba Fett, like Jango Fett. Can't remember his name though.
The actor?
Tamura something.
I think his name is Tamura. I know his name is Tamura.
Tamura
for sure.
something, right? I like that.
what's his name?
I think it's like Tamura Morrison or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds
Something
right.
like
Actually, that sounds actually.
I think it's
right.
like Tamura Morrison or something, some bullshit like that. But he's a really good actor. But when I see him, he just fucking, he whips it.
Yeah.
It's nothing. But fucking Onomaeus, he sits there and goes, yeah.
Onomaeus was white in the previous life for sure.
For real.
Like, he had too much skill with that whip, though. Dude, he went, yeah, and then brought it back. I was like, hey.
But what I think happened is that the actor himself, he went to classes just for that shit. Just to hit that shit, bro. Because that shit, he puts his whole fucking.
I think it's supposed to be the fact that, because not in, like, they have those little leaked parts of the script. I was able to look at some of them. When he talks about, in season 2, when he talks about the whip of the past Doctore, he doesn't talk about it as loud as he talks about Onomaeus's. Onomaeus's, he says that it was like the sky split
right
when he would whip.
Right.
So it was like really loud. So that's why he probably like puts his back into it.
Right.
I particularly like one of my favorite scenes. Like, obviously there's tons more scenes. You should totally watch the show.
100%.
One of the best scenes that I like, though, is at the end when Spartacus is standing over Badiatus, and he says, and he gets in front of the fucking of Lucretia, and he goes, what would you do to see your wife again?
To hold her,
to touch her. He goes, would you fight 100 men, 1,000? And he goes, there stands but one. And then he quotes exactly word for word what he was told.
What Batiatus told him.
And then he turns around and fucking slits his throat. I was like, oh,
Bro.
Nut, immediate nut,
Bro.
Insta nut.
Insta nut. Literally. You know
No.
what I mean?
While we were talking about Spartacus 1, the season 2 of Spartacus, I know we kind of bounce back and forth.
Right.
The intro of season 2 in Spartacus is by far the best introduction to any series that has ever existed. The first 2 seconds of Spartacus, season 2, Arena of the Gods, you go down by the old arena, you go in between where there's a little crack where there's people just standing there cheering for the gladiators. And a gladiator just takes an axe and swings it and cuts the guy's head off from the mouth open up and just fucking is standing there.
That's when you know the graphics got better.
Oh, bro. That was the best intro. I was like, that
was deadly, bro.
That is literally a bar of which you set the standard of which to be fucked with.
Yeah.
Like, you beat that.
So
Go
now that we're in the second season, Gannicus,
bro. Gannicus. He can fuck as good as he can fight, bro.
For real.
Blindfolded in a fucking agora.
That was
and
fucking
Badiatus is like,
wild.
oh, my dude can beat you with a blindfold on. And he goes, prove it. And Gannicus is like, you said what, royal nigga?
You wanna really test me, bro, right now? Like, that's what you want to do?
And then he puts the fucking bandana on and he slices the guy's throat, bro.
Dude, that was
in front of
fucking
everybody.
amazing.
I was like, yo.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
He's amazing, bro. I love Gannicus. And I love how they showed how he was so rewarded because he never lost.
Yeah.
Like, he had wine, he had girls, he didn't have to train. Like, he would wake up like midday and just barely get out, grab a fucking cork, pull it off of the wine, just dump himself in wine, and then go over to the fucking water and splashes himself off, put on his gear. He just looks at the Doctore. He goes, hey, I'm going to work the pallets over here in the shade. It's like, while everyone's in the sun, it's like, dude,
fuck you.
fuck you.
Right.
You just beat 3 people in a midget. Fuck you.
I can't get over Crixus with long hair, though.
Yeah, Crixus with long hair.
Crixus with long hair. I mean, he looked good, don't get me wrong.
Crixus with short hair is daddy.
100%.
Long hair is kind of like more vicious. You're just kind of like, I wonder what he could do.
You want to know another thing that pissed me off that Crixus did in the second season?
What? Oh, yeah. He has his mouth open all the time.
All the time. I'm like, bro, close it.
That's hey, bro.
You're sitting there, every time it's a quiet part.
You'll get a fly caught in there, bro. What the fuck?
He's like P. Diddy, bro.
He's like P. Diddy.
Like, come
Raps
on, man.
through his nose and shit.
Swear, dude. I was like, bro, close your mouth.
Hey, shh.
And he's always panicking.
What are you doing with 7-Eleven over here, bro?
He's always panicked.
Hey, how are you a gladiator out of breath? Like already out of breath. You have like the best stamina in the world. You eat fucking hummus all day. Like how are you out of breath? Well, they were primarily vegetarians.
I know.
That's so funny.
That's just hilarious. That was the other thing that pissed me off that Crixus did. Like, he was a gladiator. The actor was a gladiator. He went in. He was like, I'm a fucking gladiator. So he did things that probably he didn't notice that he was doing.
Yeah.
And it just makes me laugh because I noticed.
Do you think they made him run on a treadmill? They're like, hey, run on a treadmill for like 3 miles. As soon as he was done, they're like, all right, perfect shot. And he's like, just trying to catch his breath.
We got to talk about the oil that was used to make the sweat and shit.
Bro, that's a lot
That's a lot of baby. It's like P. Diddy's house.
I hate you. That's a lot of lube, bro. Like, all the parties are crazy to me. They just fucked constantly. It's like, I wouldn't mind being a Roman or 5. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I
it was like
it.
fucking every day. Like, can I take a break though? Like in between, or am I not invited afterwards?
Yeah, dude. Like, what would you do if you looked at someone and they're like, "Hey, bro, let's fuck in the corner." You know what? I'm gonna pass on this one.
I'm a pass, dude.
I fucked for like 3 parties in a row. Can I just sit this one out for?
I'm running on empty. Doom, doom, doom.
Hey, bro, let me just sit out on this one, right? Like, I'm looking at the girls in the pond. That's all good. But I've fucked for like at least 3 parties in a row. So
I'm good, dude. I'm running on.
yeah, dude. Like,
I'm spinning out.
my balls look like cram basins right now. Like, can we just like move on? Like,
dude, it's fucking same.
I'm just saying.
I'm
like,
running low on quartz right now, bro.
I just I need some refuel. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what this party was supposed to be casual. Like casually fucking. You should have put that on the invite.
Casually fuck. This is not casual fucking, by the way. I just want to let everyone know. This is sports fucking. Like,
this is like marathon shit. Oh, you haven't seen that battle yet. Hang on, but it's like
Whatever.
marathon shit. It's fucking crazy.
You'll learn about it.
Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there.
But no, dude, for real. Like, no, Gannick. Who is your favorite gladiator now in season 2?
In season 2, Gannicus for sure. Gannicus is the
Gannicus is fucking
the only
amazing,
one.
bro. For me, it's Gannicus, Anameus,
Anameus for
and
sure.
then Barca. Barca has a fucking
Barca's amazing.
Barca's just great. You know what I
Barca's
mean?
amazing.
His face bugs me though. I don't know why. His face doesn't match his body. If you watch the show, his face doesn't match his body.
His head is too skinny.
Yeah.
His head is too skinny. It's like
it's like this with a huge body. It's like,
yeah, you're just
okay.
like.
I was like, you know, match.
He looks angry a lot though too. I was like, bro, like, I
Right.
get it though.
He has big teeth. Have you seen
He
him?
does have big
Have you
teeth.
seen him smile?
He does have big
His
teeth.
teeth are like this big.
It scares me kind of.
Right.
It's a little scary. It's like
It's like, bro,
you have
oh
really
my
big
god, dude, like, holy hell.
teeth. Bro, there's some girls in season 2 though that you're like, that unibrow is so close, man.
It's
Like,
right there, bro.
It's right there.
It is right there.
Like, dude, it's crazy. But no, you see a lot of different like. I hate to put it that way, but you see a lot of different slaves and different actors in the fucking in season 2 that kind of tie in later on in season 3. This one was a little bit of a shorter season. I did like the fact that they buried Tullius in the fucking
That's fucking
in
amazing.
the arena.
That's fucking
Fuck.
that is fucking cold, bro. Like, damn.
Alive, bro. Like you were alive. You didn't even die. You weren't even like bleeding out to like be like, okay, it's only gonna be 3 minutes that I have to suffer in here. Like,
Well, he was bleeding out.
no, he wasn't bleeding out.
He got stabbed.
He got stabbed in a fucking like he got stabbed right here.
I'm sorry. I don't know about you, but when I get stabbed, when I get a paper cut, I don't stop bleeding for a
Yes,
minute.
yes, but you're gonna bleed out in like maybe an hour, maybe after like 45 minutes, and you're stuck there in a fucking area where you have to stand up, even if you're dying. You have to remain standing. Like that's horrible. That's torture.
You know, after like 20 minutes of screaming help and no one hears me, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna sit there. But just waiting to die.
Anyway,
We're waiting here, guys.
hey, yo, I got a lot of blood. This has been like 20 minutes now.
It's like, how many quarts in the blood? We don't know that yet, do we?
It's like we didn't. Oh, the Nazis haven't happened yet. No, we don't know that yet. Hang on,
We don't know that
it's
yet.
coming up. 1945.
I have a
is what we
lot,
figured out.
though, right?
I have a good amount, right? I would at least say 3.
It's getting a little cold. It's getting a little cold.
At 3 what? Oh, I don't know. Who am I talking to?
Three what? I don't know, dude. What are you talking about? Who am I talking to?
Who am I talking to?
You start going crazy a little bit.
He's,
I smell pennies.
I smell pennies because you're like bleeding out and shit. That's so funny. No, but like they did Tullius dirty.
They did.
They did
They
Tullius
did.
dirty, and then Titus and Tullius.
Mm-hmm.
They did him fucking dirty.
Yeah,
bro.
100%.
They looked horrible. They looked like perverts. Both of them look like
Bro, oh my god.
Both of them look like they fucked children.
You know, for real.
Like,
You know who pissed me off the most in this?
who?
That other slave that Navia sends out.
Oh, the runaway that was like a victim. Like the whole time she's
No,
like,
not only that-
I hate my life now. It's
Not
like,
only
oh
that,
my
not only
God,
because she was a victim. No, what pissed me off the most is Navia gave her money. She's like, get a boat, get the fuck out of here, run, and she gets captured.
And
I
she
was
gets
like,
captured.
what were you doing?
It's like the first thing we tell you not to do, you did it.
I was like, what were you doing? And no, she was apparently a thief.
Yeah.
So she was thieving.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, just get on the ship.
And get the fuck out of here.
And get the fuck out.
Same thing with Varro's wife in the third season. In the third season, Spartacus looks at her and says, "Hey, go south. They're never gonna find you there, or go north. They'll never find you there. Just go straight there. Here's some money." Okay, they caught her as fugitivas, and she's like, "I went south." It's like you went the opposite way that I told you. Why would
I
you
told
do
you
that?
north.
I told you to go this way, and you went that way.
I
Why
thought
would
you
do
said
that?
west.
What compass you reading, boy?
What compass you reading, boy? Like, the fuck?
It's so dumb. You see those people, you're like, what?
That no, but
who
she pissed me
specifically
off. I was
told
like,
you?
bro, she gave you money. Why didn't you buy a boat? Why didn't you go on a boat?
You could have
Like,
done a bunch of shit, and
You could have slept with a sailor. Sleep with a sailor, bro. Leave.
get some shit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right. Like, shit pissed me off, bro. I was so
Good
mad.
season though. Good season.
It was a
though.
really good season.
I like that Crixus ends up like fucking stabbing Asher in the leg, which is why he has the brace.
Right.
And then
That shit hurt.
Yeah.
That shit hurt my shin.
bro,
I saw that. I was like, oh.
I would bite my own teeth forever. Like,
Bro,
it's
the
crazy.
fact that Bodiatus' men and Salonius' men, because it was not Salonius, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
At that time,
Salonius'
it was
men.
not Salonius' men.
But Salonius' men were fighting, and they were outnumbered like 10-1, bro. And Bodiatus' men were just fucking.
yeah, they were just fucking killing him.
They were just killing
They were
them
just
like
killing them.
nothing. But that was amazing.
That's the thing that also people realize, that people think that Bodiatus is like super broke. He came from like a legacy of like legends in the
Yeah.
arena and all that stuff.
But
But
his dad had like 3 legends that
3
died.
legends, yeah.
Well, that
Yep.
didn't die. They got free, right?
No. 2 of them got freed. 1 of them died.
Right.
1 of them died in the arena.
Right.
Like he had a bunch of them, you know, and that's why he was hoping that Gannicus would be his. And then when they put him for freedom,
What a dick.
But-
Salonius is a dick.
but I get it, because I would have done the same thing as Bodiatus. I would have been like, oh, if I can't have him, no one can.
Right. Free.
Then you're freedom.
Well, he didn't want to give Gannicus his freedom.
Yeah.
Salonius was like, hey, why don't you gift the man with freedom?
Yeah, because he was trying to remove Gannicus from his
and,
ranks.
And Bodiatus goes, bitch,
You can't.
you can't. That's my favorite one.
The entire time though, they were trying to buy Gannicus. Tullius and Titus,
I know.
their whole thing was to buy Gannicus.
I know that
because
was
of
fucking. Dude, no, fucking Lucretia's fucking snake-like with the dad of Bodiatus.
that. Bro.
Dude,
The honey wine.
The honey wine.
No one ever expected it. And
He's
the fact,
dying. He's mid deathbed, bro, and he tells Lucretia, "Please tell me that you're not the snake that I think you are." And she goes, "No." She grabs his hand. I'm way worse. I was like, "Fuck."
I'm way worse than that. You're like,
I would have
oh
said there,
my
damn,
God.
bro, damn.
Like, she pretty much just said, "Do you need a cough?" Fuck, bro. It was
And
crazy.
the fact that he got healed, he went to like, what was it?
Oh, because he got healed. He went to Sicily.
Sicily, yeah.
Or
It was called Sicila, I think. back
yeah,
then.
like Sicily at that time. Or it was supposed to be Sicily.
Silica
Anyway,
or something.
the point.
Silica.
So
Huh?
what?
Cecilia.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Anyway,
whatever. But
so-
he goes there and he's healed. He's fine. He's thriving and
Well,
shit.
because he stopped taking the poison.
Right. That's
That-
why.
that's why.
That's what's funny to me. Like she's like, "Oh, I'm way worse." She goes, "Don't you realize that when you went, I wasn't feeding you your honey wine anymore?" I was like, she was like, "Oh shit! Like, I'm dying."
And you know what makes me laugh about that is that he used to clown on their wine. If he wouldn't have clowned on their wine and been like, "Oh, it's whatever," he would have been given whatever, and it would have been harder to poison him.
Right.
But because he was such a snob,
And he wanted honey wine,
specifically honey wine, which was rare back in those days.
which, by the way, I was gonna bring honey wine for us.
Oh, we should have. That would have been.
That
Amazing.
would have been cool, but I didn't know what wine they used. Was it like red wine, like dark red wine, or red wine?
They used a bunch of different things. They used
Right?
they used dark red wine, dark purple wine, but it's a bunch of different colors just based on the shit that they.
But
do.
I was gonna bring 2 cups so we could try it in front of everyone. I didn't bring it,
You should have.
but I know I was going to. But I
Yeah.
was like, that would have been cool. But I feel like it's gonna taste terrible.
Yeah, they had a lot of like great like ways of like harvesting grapes and using a bunch of things for grapes and stuff like that
Right.
during that time. It's so funny because a lot of people think that what is it, like different countries had different alcoholic beverages that they would drink, and a lot of people thought that like Egypt was wine. It's not. It's beer.
And cocaine.
Egypt was beer. Well, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna talk
Like,
about those
and cocaine.
substances. Those are parties, dog. Like, chill, my guy, chill. Like, a lot of people also think that Greek was wine. Greek was primarily beer. Primarily beer was drank in Greece. Wine was drank in Athens, but it wasn't that great of wine.
You know what my favorite part of season 2 was?
What?
And it's a small part, okay? It made me laugh so much. Where they're all fighting, they're all practicing in the ludus. And Doctore at the time, he looks at Aeneas, he goes, Aeneas, you suck at the swords, bro. He goes, You're going to the net and the Triton. He goes, What?
What?
He goes, What?
Why?
No, why? It's the funniest shit ever because you see Aeneas.
Hey,
I was training, man.
I was trying, bro.
I'm new, bro.
I forgot what those guys were, what those guys called. I totally forgot. But either way, those were the same guys. The guys with the net and the trident were also the same guys that did primarily like the marine battles and stuff like that. So they were the ones that kind of did that. A lot of people think it's funny that the new Gladiator has the marine battles, and they're like, "Oh, that's not real." It's like it's 100% real.
Right.
The one thing that's not real is the sharks. And all that shit. Yeah,
that's
no,
why
that's not real.
we watched. Like me and Jessica watched Gladiator, and she asked me, she's like, "Were there really sharks?" I was like, maybe there could have been.
I doubt it,
I was
but
like,
yeah.
that's what I told her. I was like, I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I was like, but you never know. We were not there, so you know what? I was like, they used to fill up the Coliseum with water.
Yeah.
That was for sure.
Because believe it or not, okay, again, people are going to be like, "Oh, that's bullshit." No. The Coliseum and pretty much any of those stadiums that they had, because they were all... The Coliseum is the big one that we all know in Rome.
Right.
The one that we're talking about is in Capua.
Yeah.
There's also...
For those who don't know, there were multiple Coliseums.
There's multiple Coliseums. There's multiple arenas. All those arenas were stacked and layered, and they removed the layers every time there was a battle. There was a different battle. So it would be sand. There would be one where it was just grass where they did games, like actual games, and they had one that was for water. And they would just switch them out anytime there was. The gladiators fought on sand. The ones that actually did like sports that we're used to did it on the grass. And then the fucking Navy battles took place in the fucking water. But the grass also took place with the chariots. A lot of people think it was the dirt. It was grass that they did. Grass. That they did.
It was grass. The only time there was chariots on dirt was when they were
executions.
Not that
primarily.
Too, but when they were like teasing the lions, they would run with They would run with the chariots, so the lions would chase.
Those were more those guys with chariots. Those ones that fucked around with the lions. Those were more like circus clowns. They weren't the actual like
exactly.
They weren't actually the actual.
That's what I'm talking
opponents.
about. Like that's why I'm saying like the only chariots that were there were the people that were like teasing the fucking lions
that would try to distract you and stuff like that. Yeah. It's actually pretty crazy. Like you see how sophisticated and how a lot of our stadiums are now based upon all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what would you rate season 1 of Spartacus?
See, fuck, that's hard. Just for the graphics, I'm gonna go with just because the graphics. I give it about like an 8 out of 10.
I give it a 10.
I give
perfect.
it about an 8 out of 10.
It's perfect. What about season 2?
That's like a 9.
A 9?
Yeah,
I give it a 10 too. That's it's amazing.
That was good.
So we're gonna continue doing the Spartacus one. In between episodes, the next ones that we're gonna do is seasons 3 and 4, which is the last one. But before we do that, probably we're gonna have an episode in between that is King Leonidas versus Spartacus. So we're gonna stack them up based on their ancient kills and their ancient record, and then all the stuff that we know about them, and stack them up 1-to-1.
Yes, sir.
Sound good?
Sound good.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us here at Torn Reels. We appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Later.